Am I the asshole for calling my friend a good boy in front of his girlfriend? This might sound very stupid, and that's because it is. My friend, who I'll call Kyle, and I have been friends for a while now. We are both guys in our mid-20s, and while I like spending time with him, he does have one annoying bit that he does constantly, which is calling people good boy. For example, if he drops a pen on the ground and I give it back to him, he will call me a good boy for picking it up for him. Similarly, when he asks for something from me and I do it, he will again call me a good boy. I rolled my eyes at this at first, but it has truly gotten frustrating over time. I sometimes tell him to shut the fuck up, and when I do he does for a while, only to start again a while later. 2 days ago we were hanging out at a friend's place as a group, including Kyle and his girlfriend, who I'll call Mia. Now Kyle, Mia, myself and another friend were a bit more separate from the main group, to help Mia go over some questions, as she has a driver's test at the end of the month. We were trying to be helpful, but at the same time talking amongst each other, so we were a bit distracted. That's why Mia wanted Kyle to sit down next to her and go over the questions with her. The first time she asked, it went over his head, but the second time she was a bit firmer what she asked, and so Kyle went over and sat down. Seeing this, I couldn't help myself, and said, "Yeah, sit down like a good boy." From just looking at him, I could see that he was angry. He didn't say anything, except grumble to himself, but was also colder to me throughout the day. I talked to the friend who was there about how he did the same thing all the time, but the one time someone did it to him, he couldn't take it. He told me that I was being kind of an asshole because he had never done it to me in front of a partner before, which is fair enough, I guess, and now that I think about it, it probably wasn't that I said it, but that Mia started laughing when I did. Still, I don't think I'm an asshole for it, but again, I'm biased towards myself, so I might be wrong. What do you think? Am I the asshole? OP is definitely not the asshole. He's a good boy! I wonder if Kyle said it like that, as if talking to a dog, or in a more sexy way. This is the textbook definition of giving someone their own medicine. So what if Kyle had never done it in front of OP's girlfriend? It sounds like he still did it in some sort of company, not one-on-one. But even if he didn't, that doesn't really change the situation. OP was annoyed. OP asked him to stop. Multiple times. He didn't. Time and time again, he proved he didn't care about OP's feelings. But now, we're suddenly supposed to believe that all of this time, he actually cared about OP's standing in his girlfriend's eyes. And purposely didn't clown on OP in front of her, because that would be crossing the line. Come on. You got exactly what you served. Yes, this is not nuclear revenge, this is medical. It has to be precise. And it was. Contextual difference is minimal in this case. It's negligible. I'll neglige it as a judge. Take this as a lesson. Don't treat others the way you don't want to be treated. Come to think of it, the way Kyle reacted is actually condemning. This was his own joke. Why would he feel belittled if it wasn't meant to belittle in the first place? All of that said, I do find the whole thing quite funny. I actually have a similar joke with my friends. We call each other good lucky, except it's phrased funnier in Russian. You gave me a pen, you picked something for me, you poured me coffee, good lucky. Except I've been toning it down. I'm afraid I'm the only one who still finds it funny. See, you do need to fill the room. Reddit also declared OP not the asshole. The comments seem unanimous. Top 1, lol, not the asshole, the guy can't take a joke. And replies, even worse, he can't take his own joke. He is not a good boy. No biscuit for Kyle. OP also adds some details in response to someone's comment. The comment goes, not the asshole. Does he do it around other people who aren't considered your partner? Is it the actual first time using the phrase at him? Kinda funny how all this time he didn't care about the impact of the joke, until it was his turn to be at the receiving end of it, regardless of the audience. And OP says, he does it around other mutual friends as well, just as I suspected. This wasn't the very first time I said it. There have been a couple more times too, but those times were just the two of us, and they had a much lighter tone. Kyle sometimes does it in a smooth and light tone, and sometimes does it in a more loud, aggressive tone. This was the first time that I said it in that same aggressive tone. Oh, I see. So there are layers to this thing. There is a normal good boy, and then there's good boy, which is where it becomes insulting.